This is your San Francisco Giants post-game recap. I'm Brad Professor B. Davis for Satellite Digital Media News. The Giants lose a heartbreaker in the city of brotherly love on Tuesday as the Giants lose 4-3. As the Giants led 3-2 in the bottom half of the ninth inning with 2 outs. The Phillies loaded up the bases as Camille Duvall had a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The Giants were a strike away from even the series at 1 game apiece, setting up the prospect of a potential rubber match series on Wednesday. Unfortunately, Trea Turner, who was 0 for 4 at the plate, smashed a game-winning ricochet off the glove of Duvall into center field for a base hit that scored the game tying and winning runs as the Phillies come from behind and handing the San Francisco Giants a devastating, heartbreaking 4-3 loss, maybe the worst, toughest loss for San Francisco this season. But the main story of that was the Giants were left 9 runners up on base and were a dismal 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And when you leave that many base runners, double-digit base runners or 9 runners on base, nearly over close to a dozen on base, and fail to cash them in, you will not win many baseball games. For Kyle Harrison, making his major league debut, pitched 3 1/3 innings for San Francisco, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, did not figure the decision. Taijuan Walker for Philadelphia, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, walked 2 with 7 strikeouts. Bryce Harper, his 11th home run for the season for the Phillies, his 44th RBI. Trea Turner ended up getting his 48th RBI for the season. That the 48th, of course, was turned out to be the game-winning RBI for Philadelphia. And then on the brighter spot, Estrada ended up getting 3 for 5 with a run scored. Jock Peterson went 2 for 3 with a big 2-run single that put San Francisco up 3-2 at the duration of the ball game. Looked like they was about to hold up. And then Wilmer Flores went 1 for 3 with an RBI. So with the loss, San Francisco with a heartbreak loss as reliever Craig Kimbrell picks up the win. And the losing pitcher was Camille Duvall. His record drops to 5-4. He his 6th blown save of the season. So with the loss, San Francisco with that loss, now in the National League wild card standings, now they now drop to 65-61. They're now 4 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies. And then also some scoreboards. The Cubs fall to the Detroit Tigers in Motown. That's good news for San Francisco. The Cubs lose by a score of 8-6 at Comerica Park in Detroit. So the Giants missed a golden opportunity to gain ground on the Cubs. The Diamondbacks are at press time. They're playing as well. Those games are unavailable the score updates are unavailable at press time. They begin the day dead even for the 6th or for that final wild card spot in the National League. Cincinnati is taking on the LA Angels of Anaheim down in the Big A. Miami is playing San Diego down at Petco Park. The late games are unavailable at press time. So the Giants, now the best they can do, hopefully the best they can do on Wednesday is trying to salvage the final game of the 3-game series. It will be Alex Cobb trying to be the stopper for San Francisco. He has a record of 6-5 with a 3.75 ERA. Will face the Phillies. Michael Lorenzen, who the Phillies acquired from the Detroit Tigers at the trade deadline, who just recently pitched a no-hitter. His record is 7-8 and 3 with a 3.57 ERA. First pitch will be at 1:05 p.m. Pacific. Catch the action on NBC Sports Bay Area and on MLB Network and on the Giants flagship station, KBR 680 104.5, and as on the radio on the Giants flagship. Giants trying to finish up the road trip on a very disappointing. The Giants trying to salvage 1 game of this crucial 3-game East Coast swing. And in some other news around Major League Baseball, the big news of the day, in case you missed it, the Chicago White Sox have fired Vice President of Baseball Operations Ken Williams and General Manager Rick Hahn. The White Sox right now at press time is 49-76. They are in fourth place, 16 games behind the Minnesota Twins and 21 games behind for out of the wild card chase. With a big disappointment, they right now own the third worst record in the major leagues, and they're also 27 games under 500. And we'll get you more on Satellite Digital Media News update when it's available. For now, the Giants lose to the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia as a heartbreaker. The Giants lose by a score of 4-3 in regulation. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. For all the latest news on Giants baseball, go to sfgiants.com. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. This year's San Francisco Giants postgame recap on Satellite Digital Media News.